Our first speaker this morning is Vitor Say, who is from Portugal. And Vitor is going to talk to us this morning about a student registration system in the Azure cloud. So I'll hand you over directly to Vitor. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my session about the student registration system in the Azure cloud. I'm sorry. Student registration system is a process executed every year in which every student has to register to a current year courses. In the same process, the student has also to fill a general survey regarding his current social situation. Last September, 8,000 students had to make an online registration. The Students Management System is a web online application used by students and faculty personnel as the main tool to manage the daily activities related to teaching and learning. Among these activities are a core of administrative daily tasks and a set of periodic tasks executed only a couple of times a year. Student registration is a good example of such type of task. The student management system was sized for a regular workload without workload distribution mechanisms. The registration process occurs usually in the first 2 weeks of September. This process is executed by the student on an online web application. Because most students will try to register in the first 2 days of the registration period, the web application and the supporting system are used only once a year in a very intense way and for a very short period of time. From the observed workload, it was estimated that half of the resources would be used by regular daily tasks, and the other half by the periodic tasks. The information system was to hold, without possibility to upscale, in an easy way. To provide resources to execute periodic tasks, such as a student registration, a full architectural redesign was needed. This upgrade would inevitably include the upgrade of the hardware supporting system. New hardware would be required to purchase for virtualization. So we had hardware costs, operating system storage for physical servers, energy costs, IT system administrators, knowledge, and resources. The advantages for virtualization. Virtualization offers the ability to host multiple operating systems on a single physical server. Improve the infrastructure by adding physical servers. Virtualization also delivers greater resource utilization and flexibility. The disadvantages for virtualization. Although virtualization brings lots of benefits and features, it is important to keep in mind that virtualization may not be appropriate for every situation or environment. Maintaining software license compliance, service level agreement, and technical expertise is still another challenge. Virtual server does not come with a service level agreement. It must be purchased. To maintaining allocated ET capacities with more capacity than we actually need is only a waste of money. The cloud option was clearly the winner, mainly for 3 reasons. The price, we're not buying something that we're stuck with. The Microsoft developers community, the underlying services. The benefits in Azure feature of buying only the computing and the database space needed at a given moment. We can return capacity if it is no longer needed. Cloud computing is changing the software landscape by presenting new ways to develop, deliver, and deploy applications and IT infrastructure. Microsoft developers community share their expertise in books, articles, and blog posts. There are numerous seminars, lectures, workshops, and trainings in the whole world for Microsoft, their early adopters, and their partners. The underlying services. Another advantage is that service level agreement is included in the package. You don't need to worry about it. Windows Azure is intended to support very scalable software, and programmers need to be prepared for that. Windows Azure services are accessed within the browser interface. Low touch, easy to set up and manage. Easy publish a Windows Azure application to Windows Azure directly from the Visual Studio. For the solution, we need to information system with authentication, verify that foreign students are allowed to stay on the territory, register student and fill a survey. At the infrastructure, high availability with low cost, upscale as needed. With Silverlight, creating rich internet applications is fairly easy. Some things that you would do within an application have to be relegated to web services. To get students authentication from Identity Manager in our facilities, we had to develop WCF services. Here we have the Silverlight application running in the client and accessing external web services through the cloud to get student authentication from the Identity Manager. What we had before the solution. Foreign students before had to register at the university, validate the registration at the Homeland Security Agency to obtain or renew the authorization for residence on the national territory, back to the university with the authorization, and then complete the registration. After the solution was implemented, the students obtained validation from Homeland Security Agency through the implemented WCF services. They did not need to go at the service personally. Here we have the Silverlight application running in the client and accessing external web services through the cloud to get student validation from Homeland Security Agency. All the software solution was developed with Silverlight, WCF services, and SQL Azure, giving the user a rich experience and a simple interface. This is the complete solution with Silverlight application running in the client and accessing external web services through the cloud to get student authentication from Identity Manager and student validation from Homeland Security Agency. This video presented at Microsoft Web Days 2011 at Lisbon describes the application developed for student registration system in the Azure cloud.
Desta aplicação não compramos qualquer hardware e todo o processo de matrículas e inscrições custou-nos 70 euros. Somos a primeira universidade a usar este paradigma de cloud computing, especialmente o cloud da Microsoft, e obviamente estamos muito satisfeitos.
For conclusion, for this specific type of problem, we have concluded that new hardware option costs acquisition €1,000. Service line license agreement, €1,000 per year. High availability, €1,000. With the Windows Azure option, the cost of acquisition is about €70 a month. Service license agreement included in acquisition, high availability included in acquisition. The project was a total success, and on a second phase we're working to implement and deploy more functionality to the Azure cloud. For any further questions, I have here our contacts. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vitor. Is there any questions? Anybody? Yes, Paul.
That's a really impressive demonstration, but a question that I've got is about personal data. How do you know where the data is being stored in an Azure cloud? And if it's being stored outside of the European Union, do you have any data protection issues or legal issues?
The data is stored in SQL Azure in the cloud.
Right. Okay. Does that cause any legal problems about exporting personal data outside the European Union?
I don't know about legal problems with that. But
I'm a colleague from the university. The process that we use for the Azure from the student registration is that the data is only temporarily in the Azure cloud. Then we import it after the registration period ends. We import it into our servers and save it there. So and the transitory period could be a problem because of legal issues, but it's only for 10 or 15 days. So we didn't worry a lot about that. We are worried about security. Yeah. We didn't get the identity, digital identity outside the university. So the identity manager and the authentication, the AAA is inside the university. Only the temporary data for the registration is in Azure. So we put it on during the registration period, then import it to our CRM for students inside the university, and we use it on the Azure and clean it up for the next year. Okay?
Thank you. Any further questions? I have one, if you don't mind, and it relates to the acquisition cost that you mentioned, I think of 70K.
70 euros.
I'm assuming that was based on an in-house development, that you had a team of developers within your university who did all the development work?
1 month of use.
For
1 month of use.
1 month, okay. And is that included in the cost, or was there the cost of X number?
Development, no.
No, okay. Any estimate as to what it cost you in terms of development time?
It was made with our developers.
Okay.
This case also at Microsoft Portugal, Microsoft for Education partnership that we used for the development of the initial solution. Some trainees in partnership that was we selected the best students from the IT department, from the informatics school to help us to develop the solution. So the cost for development was costless.
Marginal, okay. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, thank you, Vitor. You can join with me on a round of applause for Vitor. Thank you very much.